What's happening, guys? Hope you're well on this Monday morning. Little video to chat about an interesting idea in terms of your approach for training. Last video we looked at the idea of talking about expanding and consolidating your game, and at any one point you might be in one of those phases, and how you make the most from that. And if you haven't seen that video, let me know, I can send you a link. Today's all about this idea of consistency versus intensity. I want to keep it quite open because I think both have the place, and I'm all in when it comes to jiu-jitsu, and I want to train every day, and it kind of still consumes me after all these years. So I'd say like my intensity is quite high in terms of my approach and how much I want to train and how hard I want to train. But consistency is super important as well. And, I do feel I'm consistent. So I could probably arguably say that I do both. That's not available for everybody. You can't always kind of be super consistent with your training, family, work, commitments, injuries, all this kind of stuff. And then likewise, you can't always be super intense, because there's times, especially if you've been with us for a few years, where jiu-jitsu just isn't the priority at the moment. And again, things like injuries and illness, and especially with everything going on at the moment, it's very difficult to get maybe the amount of sessions a week that you want to do. So I'm going to leave it quite open. I want some feedback. Don't worry, if you're a white belt and or if you're not kind of too confident about joining in with these discussions, just leave a comment below. Everyone's opinion is as valuable as mine and as the other guys. The theoretical kind of question I'm putting out there today is, would you rather be consistent, or would you rather be have intensity? Okay, so consistency versus intensity. Both have their kind of their roles to play in development. Just as an example, over the years I've seen people and they've had real consistency, and they might just train twice a week, but they train twice a week every single week. And they also have consistency with their game as well. So they play the same things, they do it really well, and they build a really solid kind of game around that as well. Likewise, I've seen people be super intense with their training, have that intensity, and that might mean that they go super hard and do like hard rounds with all the best guys in the room. And likewise, it might mean that they train twice a day and they're training 10 sessions a week. But that is quite hard to keep up and be consistent with. So a lot of those guys who do have that intensity, they do start to dip. There's loads of guys, I could rifle off names, who I've seen over the years who've been intense even just for a few weeks, and then they drop off the radar for a few weeks, and then they come back in, and then they come back out. And then so I think it's one of them where the question in the video is more about like thinking about, you can talk about how your training is going now, or think about how it's going to be in the future when things are a bit more normal, or reflect on the past when things were obviously normal as well. Do you think that you would benefit from being more consistent with your training? Or likewise, do you feel like you should be a little bit more intense with your training? And don't let that confuse that with being like 100%, 100 miles an hour. It's just really kind of a label for being invested heavily in your training and making it more of a priority. Now, there's no right or wrong answer, and everyone's at different stages in terms of experience, in terms of life, work, family, financial kind of reasons. That's what this video is. It's not about trying to pick a side. What do you feel is something that you could kind of benefit from? It might just be like you feel like you want to be a bit more consistent with it. You might feel like you want to be a little bit more invested. Leave me a comment below. Let's have a little open discussion about this. And yeah, hope you're enjoying your Monday. I saw some of you guys this morning. It's nice to see you guys training as always. And I'll be back tonight, and I'll see you there. All right, see you later.